Now, love him or hate him, Wayne Rooney is a star player for England, but after he kicked an opponent in Montenegro last week, he's now going to miss 3 important games in Euro 2012. Former players have said the punishment is excessive, but Fabio Capello has to make the tough decision of whether it's worth taking him to the tournament at all. Our chief correspondent, Tessa Chapman, has more.
One moment of madness in Montenegro, and Wayne Rooney's England career takes another dive. This kick has seen him banned from the next 3 international matches. Those matches happen to be the group stage of Euro 2012.
It's disastrous for us, isn't it? To have a player like Wayne Rooney out for the first 3 games, it's not great for the tournament. We need Wayne Rooney there. The world of football will be watching. You want to see Wayne Rooney, but unfortunately he's made a mistake.
He's got a history of those, with a passion that slips easily into aggression. But after this swearing into the camera incident while playing for his club, his conduct has largely improved, and he's received some sympathy. Manchester United teammate Michael Owen says missing 3 games on such a big stage seems a bit harsh. No stranger to controversy on the pitch, Robbie Savage tweeted to say Rooney's 3-game ban is a joke. But no one's laughing. Fabio Capello certainly isn't. He's facing a serious dilemma. Does he pick Rooney in his squad, knowing he wouldn't be able to play until his teammates have won through the group stage? The risk is they could be knocked out before their best player kicks a ball. So should Capello pick him?
I think he should stay home and he should take somebody else.
He was an idiot for kicking out, but if he does play, he's more likely to score than any other people. So
depends how well we can keep the squad knitted together, how well we can keep the other players happy, knowing full well that Rooney's going to come back in. So, but it's a gamble worth taking.
The man tipped to be Rooney's next England boss would take him, even in the place of someone who could play in every game.
You'll end up taking the group of players that we've taken off, and a big group of them won't even get anywhere near playing or even getting their kit on, so why not take Wayne? He's a top footballer, there's no doubt about that.
England's reliance on Rooney is as strong as ever because of the highs and in spite of the lows. Most think he's worth the risk. Tessa Chapman, 5 News.
A series of road safety adverts aimed at saving children's lives are being aired from today.
Before his leg was bent backwards, he loved to play football all day.
Well, they'll be shown on TV and in cinemas to spell out the dangers of not taking care on the roads. Last year, nearly 20,000 children were injured in accidents and 55 were killed. 2 horses that had to be rescued after becoming dangerously obese are now on the road to recovery. Jerry and Jojo were nearly double their normal weight and their hooves have gone untrimmed for so long they could barely walk. But thanks to the care they've received at a horse rescue centre, they're back on track and trotting towards good health. Here's Simon.
Come on, Jojo, put your head on.
Leaving their stables, Jerry and Jojo look like they're in perfect condition. But just 6 months ago, they were in a very different state. This footage shows them arriving for treatment at a horse charity. Both ponies' hooves had been neglected for so long they could only walk with the help of painkillers, and they were dangerously overweight.
They could have ultimately died. These animals were in a lot of pain. They were very, very footsore. There was lots of evidence of hoof tearing. There's lots of bleeding going on within the hoof structure itself. So they were very, very sore.
Jojo was so overfed that he was almost double his usual weight. And while horses' hooves should be trimmed every 2 months, Jerry's hadn't been touched for 2 years, putting extreme pressure on the bones in his legs. But after a strict diet of hay, they've lost around 60 stone between them. And with some serious nail trimming, the pair are now well on the road to recovery.
We're very glad with the progress they've made. They've still got a little way to go, but the progress is going the right way. These animals are assured of a good future. Both of them will go out as companions to animals that are in work, or perhaps racehorses, that kind of thing. And they're both charming characters. They're actually nice, languid, calm animals, and you've seen them here. They're getting on with other horses, so they'll be good companions to other horses.
It'll still take Jerry and Jojo several months before they're back to full health. But with their new slimline figures, they can now look ahead to a much more stable life. Simon Pusey, 5 News.
Coming up on 5 News, needless abortions, how hundreds of women could have been told they've miscarried when they haven't. And take your love and start again. is Cardle Curse, the X Factor winner who's losing in the charts. All that, plenty more. We'll see you soon.
We've chased down the best, and this time it's turbocharged.
Vehicle will take extreme evasive action.
Do you want to get arrested?
Male is detained. The officer has him. The cuffs are going on.
You're under arrest.
I'm not under arrest. Can I have my chips, please?
Spend the night inside with the ultimate police interceptors. 8 o'clock tonight on Channel 5.
The brain is amazing if you consider what people can do. Individuals have learned to stretch the capabilities of the human mind. We call them alphas.
Mankind is changing. Some of us must evolve so others may survive. A new wave of evolution.
You really need to go.
Rachel, he's coming. Get her there.
Watch this. This is where it gets interesting.
You know what you need to know.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
My team is at risk.
You have barely scratched the surface of what you are capable of.
The series premiere of Alphas. 10 o'clock Tuesday. Exclusive to 5 Star.
Red car.
Red car.
Blue car.
Teach your child about colours.
One car.
One car. Two car.
Teach your child to count.
Stop.
S.
Teach your child to spell.
O-P.
Stop.
Stop. Good.
But don't forget to teach your child about road safety. Think. The time to teach them is now.